In 2020, amid stringent community quarantine restrictions born of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines, or EVAP, held its annual summit online. With many restrictions and health protocols still in place, the EVAP, together with Meralco in partnership with the Department of Energy, is again holding a summit online. The 9th Philippine Electric Vehicle Summit, or PEVS, will be held on August 26 to 27, 2021, and is expected to again bring together industry and government stakeholders, as well as the academe and hopefully more consumer groups. EVAP learned much from the online summit it held last year, and hopes to replicate or even exceed the number of participants and viewers who presumably received the message that e-vehicles are the wave of the future, benefiting much from sustainable and greener public transportation and personal mobility.
Fortunately, it was very satisfying on doing it virtually because we were able to get more than 7,000 viewers on our 3 days. Each day, 6,000 to 7,000 ang average na viewers. The concept of having it on a virtual reached out a lot of viewers na, or yung enthusiasts, and the interest of people grew through the course of time. And we thought of that it was very challenging, but yet we pull it through because most of the people are just staying at home, and we're able to witness and see how we were able to deliver our message in promoting the EV industry.
This year's online PEVS will have the theme, Accelerating the Switch to Electromobility in the Philippines. This is particularly of significance coming amidst report that the country lags behind neighbors in ASEAN in terms of transformation of the local transportation sector to electromobility. This observation is even made more consequential by the latest global EV outlook of the International Energy Agency that said electric car registrations increased by 41% in 2020, despite the pandemic-related worldwide downturn in car sales, in which global car sales dropped 16%. This gives EVAP cause for optimism that the Philippines could join this trend.
The one thing that we have noticed is, in spite of the fact of the pandemic, there were some e-cars that were launched during the year. It adds taste or clamor for more EVs that will come in here in the Philippines. The aggressiveness of diversification of ICE to electric vehicle is now being felt by the market as it is being seen globally.
Since 2013, EVAP has been coordinating with government in establishing a national development program for electric vehicles that is anchored on the existing motor vehicle development program for the automotive industry. The industry sought to pursue operational and regulatory reforms, strengthen the automotive policy environment, address industry supply chain gaps, and implement market development strategies. Back in 2014, then EVAP president and now chairman Romel Juan predicted that there would be 1 million electric vehicles in the country by 2020. Obviously, this didn't happen.
Unfortunately, no. As you could barely see e-cars on the road. But given the projections, we only achieved more than 12,000 electric vehicles registered. And as we have emphasized that this can be happen if proper guidelines and proper incentives were given to the industry.
However, while not reaching the numbers, EVAP believes it has, over the past decade, achieved goals that would set the industry on the path to growth.
Through the course of time of 1 decade, as you notice, as you said, that was way back 2014. Now that we are at 2021, almost 8 years already in the making, we have already reached some items that would support the industry concerns, especially on the regulations, on specifications of the units, the acceptance in the market. And what we are dealing with regards to the report of the recently report of Frost and Sullivan, that Philippines has still the highest mark of acceptability in the market by far compared to other ASEAN countries.
EVAP President Arga cites 2 developments that will accelerate the switch to electromobility.
Aside from the Senate version approved for the Electric Vehicle and Charging Stations Act, we're just waiting for the Congress version within this month. And if this would be approved as well and marry it in form into one law, then that's one achievement that we can recognize with. Second is just recently, last week, the administrative order on the classifications and the guidelines for electric vehicles was approved already and signed by the Department of Transportation, Secretary Tugade, together with ASEC Galvante of the LTO. So this would be a game changer in giving sufficient programs in supporting the industry.
Already, the local market is seeing the entry of full electric vehicles as well as multinational companies involved in the manufacture of products and systems that support and sustain the use of electric vehicles for personal mobility and public transport. Quite significant is the local launch of the Nissan Leaf.
It is on its second generation already that Nissan Leaf was able to enter the market finally. From the time it was being showcased way back 2017 during the first ASEAN EV Summit. And now it is a reality that it is available in the market. And this will finally follow suit by other competitors on hand. No? Actually, before Nissan Leaf entered, there are other high stakeholders of entering into the market like Jaguar I-Pace, the Porsche Taycan, and we're very glad that they see the potential in the market in the Philippine market.
Also significant is the entry of multinational companies that can play major roles in the development of the local electric vehicle industry.
Upcoming multinationals, ABB, charging company, Delta, Fesin under the distribution of Tritium and wall box charger. So, nandyan na sila. They are into charging stations as well. So, ayan na sila. Local IMI company, which is the number one in the electronic sector, is now joining the association as well.
Aside from e-cars, the electric vehicle industry is looking at opportunities in providing e-vehicles for the logistics industry.
Because not only on the e-cars, but with the administrative order approval, the e-bikes or the e-motorcycles and the advent of the e-trikes and e-quads logistics will be coming as well. Based on the study, this has a lot of room for the market because especially right now, most of the people are relying on deliveries. No? Di na sila masyadong nagta-travel. So nag-shift din kami from approach of the public transportation to logistics and the like.
The coming two-day summit is expected to serve as a continuing platform for policy dialogue and exchange of knowledge, experiences, and best practices aimed at accelerating the adoption of electromobility in the local transport sector in support of the government's drive towards a lower carbon economy. Day 1 will focus on policy dialogues about technologies and solutions, while Day 2 will tackle the state of the industry and market development.
We invite you to join us virtually on August 26 and 27. That would be next month. It would start from 9 o'clock until 4 o'clock. So this would be a 2-day event with a lot of topics to discuss with related to EVs.